Alright, let's start off doing some stretches for our hands. The first stretch I like to do stretches the muscles on the inside of the arm. Put your arm out straight, palm facing out. Grab the back of your hand like that. Stretch forward. I often put my thumb here so I can get some leverage. So you stretch towards, in my case I stretch towards the camera actively. You do this gently if you're injured or you have inflammation. In fact, if you have too much inflammation or pain, maybe it would be better not to do any rigorous stretching until that goes away. I'd suggest icing. Soaking your forearms in ice in the sink. Fill the sink with ice and water and soak it in there for as long as you can stand it. It's pretty painful, but that will reduce the inflammation. I would not recommend Advil or anti-inflammatory drugs. Eventually it'll just wear your liver out, and you won't get in the habits to overcome the damage. So then switch to the other hand. Just kind of loosen up your wrist a little bit in between. And again, you're actively stretching. Like in yoga, you're pushing the palm. In my case, I'm pushing the palm of my hand towards the camera from the shoulder all the way. And then at the same time, I'm pulling back on my fingers and trying to keep them straight and point them towards the floor. And I'm using the thumb of my other hand as leverage, like that. So you can see how that works, like that. And they, again, do this really gently at first. And so you hold that for some time. You should feel the stretch. Okay, so that's the most important stretch in my opinion. Second most important is the same thing, but stretching out the top. So you do it this way. And again, I'm pushing towards the camera with my wrist. And in this position, you're holding the hand like that and actively pulling this way, pointing the fingers towards the floor, pushing the wrist towards out, away from your body. So this one is great. It stretches the tendons and muscles all across the top of the arm. And what you want to do is lengthen those muscles over time by stretching them every day with diligence. And over time, those muscles will lengthen. And if the muscles are longer, you'll have more circulation and more flexibility and quicker response of the muscles. More oxygen will flow through them, and the healing process will increase because of the increased circulation. So again, you do the same thing on this hand. And if you're injured, this one will be real painful across the backs of your hands, so you don't want to do it too rigorously. Do it very gently. And sometimes, just if you're injured, just putting your hand in that position at first and not putting any pressure on the wrist. And then maybe applying just a teeny bit till you can feel the stretch. And just doing that every day for maybe 10 days until you can apply a little more pressure. So that's it. Those are the two best stretches in my opinion for RSI related to playing the saxophone.